very quick discussion. Okay, we are going to have a very quick discussion. And then, of course, we go into the session, taking a look at what is really relevant. That is the reason why I am here, the reason why you are here as well. Seeing how you can leverage AI and Excel in doing wonderful things. Because you might be a data analyst, or you want to be a data analyst. You might be a business analyst, or you want to be a business analyst. You might be a HR analyst, a financial analyst, or that is the goal that you're setting for yourself. And something you might be wondering, oh, with the new advent of AI, or AI is here, AI is there, AI is everywhere. Is there going to be a time that I'm no longer relevant? Is there going to be a time that AI will take my job? Is there going to be a time that AI will replace me in the workplace? If that's the case, what can I do? And if not, what can I do as well? Now, we're going to explore all of these things, and we're going to work on the problem. It's going to be a practical session, of course. We are going to see how we leverage two things, okay? Talking about leveraging ChatGPT, all right, which is the AI tool that we will be working with, and also leveraging Excel to do some wonderful things. But before we go on, I want to make some things very clear. And what am I trying to make clear? The three things that we are looking to get from this session. Three things. Okay? We are going to benefit from this session in three different aspects, and I'm going to list each and every one of them. The first thing is that we are going to see how we can leverage AI in our role. We are going to see how we can use AI and an analytical tool to get something done. That's number one. That's the reason why you're here, to work on a case study, to have some practicals, and to see how we can get those things done. Okay. Number two that we are going to get from the session is that we are going to have fun. It's something I love saying so many times. I'm sure some persons are like, oh, I know this guy, he's the fun guy. Apparently, that's what it is. And so we are going to have fun as well. And of course, the third thing is that the fact that you are in the session right now, your day just got a whole lot better. Okay, the fact that you're in the session right now, your day just got a whole lot better. Your day was going fine previously. You were having a good time. Okay, you were having a good time, things were looking nice, things were amazing. But now it just got 2 times better due to the fact that you are in the session. Our theme for today is going to be TGIT, because it's Thursday, and we are going to be thanking God it's Thursday because we're on the session. All right. Tomorrow is Friday, and we know the TGIF. But today we are going to have a TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. For all of these to be the case, though, there are some things that we would need to do. I will do my part, but I need you to do your part as well. I will go ahead to make the session so as amazing as it can be. All right. But you need to do your part as well. And what is your part? It's easy. It's communication. I usually love to give my definition of communication. If you've heard me speak before, you probably know what my definition of communication is. But the fact that for some of us, this is probably the first time you're getting to meet me, don't worry, I will introduce myself soon. You might not really know what I call communication. Of course, we understand what communication is from the Merriam-Webster dictionary meaning, or the Oxford dictionary meaning, what communication is. But in this session, communication is going to take a different tune. And what is communication going to be about? It's going to be, I speak, you speak, we all speak. Okay? I speak, you speak, we all speak. That is what we are going to be doing. So I'm going to go ahead to speak. You would speak. Of course, you might not be able to unmute. So how would you speak? By using the chat box. By using the chat box. So that communication is very, very crucial in the discussion that we are going to be having today, because it's going to be more of a discussion than more me just speaking. And I'm going to test that out. We are going to test it out. If you know you're ready to see how you can leverage AI in your role, if you know you're ready to see if AI would make you relevant or not, if you know you're ready to have some fun, I want you to send TGIT to the chat box. Okay? If you know you're ready to have some fun, I want you to send TGIT to the chat box. TGIT, thank God it's Thursday. Okay, so it's Thursday today, and we are going to be having lots of fun. So Wasiu says TGIT. Fantastic, Wasiu. We have Dankat TGIT. Dankat is ready to party. All right, so you don't have to wait for Friday to have fun. I know Friday leads to the weekend, but like I said, the fact you're on the session right now, your day just got 2 times better. So Fatima says TGIT, Flora says TGIT, VC's office. VC office? Is that a vice chancellor? You're a vice chancellor now, okay? Or is VC's short for Victor? Anyway, VC's office says TGIT, and that's the spirit. We have Fasilat. Fasilat says TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. Okay. And of course, I'm saying TGIT as well. All right. But moving on. Thank God it's Thursday, right? Why are we thanking God this Thursday? Because we are going to have some fun. How are we going to have some fun? We are going to take a look at how we can be relevant in the current industry, in current times, using what? Using AI, and demystify some of the things that we get about AI. Oh, AI is going to do this, it's going to take a job, it's going to do, all of those things that you probably heard a time or two. We're going to take a look at all of these things. We are going to have a practical application of ChatGPT and Excel as a data analyst, a business analyst, an HR analyst, or a financial analyst. I'll repeat, a practical application of AI and analytics to get us to do better in whatever it is we are doing at the moment. But of course, we need to go through the introductions because you might be wondering, as I always say, who is Tenalytics? Or what is Tenalytics? Why is Tenalytics? Who is Tenalytics? Which is Tenalytics? Okay, so about that. All right, we get into that. But first of all, the different aspects that we are going to be taking a look at today, we take a look at how you can leverage AI in your role. Very, very important. That's the reason why we're here. We take a look at the pathway for you to become a data analyst, a business analyst, a HR analyst, a financial analyst, or a data analyst. And then we take a look at the upcoming cohort that's going to begin on the 5th of October. So this should be 5th of October, apologies, on the 5th of October, and the special discounts for you. And of course, what is Tenalytics? About Tenalytics. Now, Tenalytics is an EdTech company, all right? And our goal, our mission, what we strive to do, the reason that we are here, are about, our core. What is, that thing that makes us tick? What is our goal? Our goal is to get as many Black persons, those of the African communities, into what? Tech, by lowering the entry barrier into tech. For you to have a career path that you can see career progression, from whatever you are doing at the moment that might not really be pleasant into something that you would love to do. That is what we do. That is what we are about. And we have programs across we have 8 different programs that are talking about data analytics, business analysis, data engineering, data science, financial analytics, HR analytics, agile project management. We have cybersecurity, and coming soon, of course, talking about AI engineering. And we have facilitators across the Fortune 500 companies talking about All right. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay. Sincere apologies. All right. So I had a glitch, and that's the reason for all of that. All right. But we are back now, and of course, we are going to kick off from where we stopped. All right. So we are going to kick off from where we stopped. Now, I'm going to go back to share my screen. All right, I'm going to go ahead to share my screen, and of course, we take it from there. Apologies once again, okay? I knew that we were already having fun. If you were already having fun, we are just like 10, a little over 20, a little over 15 minutes into the session. If you know you're already having fun, I wanted to go ahead to send, remember, our team for today, talking about what? TGIT. I wanted to go ahead and send TGIT to the chat box. So I know that, oh, we're already having fun. And of course, we can take it from there and, kick it up a notch. Okay, so TGIT, thank you very much, David. Okay, so David was already having fun. That's great. Absolutely great. All right, so we have VC, we have VC. VC that I've said, I really don't know if VC stands for Vice Chancellor. Maybe VC is the head of a university or something, or maybe VC is short for Victor. Okay, but yes, VC has been having fun, and that's a good one. And we also have Arno, and it says TGIT. Fantastic. Okay, so moving on from where we stopped. Okay, moving on from where we stopped. We were talking about 10 analytics. All right, we were talking about 10 analytics. So I mentioned that 10 analytics, that what our goal is to help as many Black persons transition into tech by lowering the tech barrier. Okay, Vice, that's a good one. Okay, so by lowering the tech barrier. All right, and that's what we do. And of course, we have facilitators across the Fortune 500 companies, like I mentioned earlier. I hope you got that when I said it. Okay, I'm talking about Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and you know that you are in the best of hands. All right, and yeah, that's about it. My colleague, from time to time, my colleague is going to be sending the attendance to the chat box. Please ensure you fill in the attendance, all right, to ensure that you get access to the materials, the recording of the session, everything that you need, because it's going to be a practical session and you are going to be learning a lot. So that maybe you want to practice this later on, you want to test things out, see how you can leverage AI in your role for you to remain even more relevant, improve your efficiency, and of course, your productivity. So you want to practice later on. Then you absolutely need to fill the attendance form. Okay? It's necessary. Very, very necessary. So ensure you do that. All right. But what about me? So we've heard about Analytics. So that's great. And I'm a part of Analytics as well. But you might be wondering, who is this guy that's talking about TGIT? I've never heard about something like that. All I know is TGIF. But the fact that you are now here right now, you've heard about TGIT, and it's going to be the next big thing. I'm actually working on that at the back end. All right. But you might be wondering, who are you? I'm not going to say what are you. I'm just going to say who are you. All right. Aisha Agbonlaho, as you can see from the name tag, and I'm a data analyst, a business analyst, a power platform engineer, and also a predictive AI engineer. I'm the training operations lead here at Analytics, and I have experience spanning all of the parts I mentioned. I've been able to work with organizations across the UK, the US, Canada, and of course, just a couple of months ago, I was able to work with an organization in Singapore, helping them transform their critical business processes by using the Power Platform. I've also been able to train over 1,500 participants across various fields. But enough about me. Something more fun. What will AI take over the world? Remember, I talked about communication. That was the way I started the session. I talked about communication and the fact that we are going to be communicating a whole lot. And this is the beginning. I want you to tell me what you think. Will AI take over the world? What do you think? Let's get our thoughts. Let's get our thoughts. What do you think? Will AI take over the world? Will AI take over the world? I need responses, okay? I need responses. What do we think? Will AI take over the world? Yes or no? And maybe you also want to add in why you think AI will take over the world. I'm sure or why not. I'm sure we know this character. All right, this is the Terminator. Okay, this is the Terminator. I wonder if anyone on the call is familiar with Terminator. But anyways, Fasila says AI is not going to take over the world. Hmm, that's a unique one. Do we all agree with Fasilat? Or is there any other person with another with a different perspective? So we have Wasu. Wasu says, yes, it will. AI will take over the world. However, it won't take jobs because those who can use AI will sustain the transition. That's a very, very good take from Wasu. And we are going to see if Wasu is right or wrong. VC's office, the Vice Chancellor's office, says, yes, it is so glaring. AI is definitely going to take over the world because now we're hearing about different advancements, different things, and all of that. Virtual reality, we are having chips being implanted in people's brains. Now we are even talking about like a neural link. Okay, so many things. That it's actually going to take over the world. That is what VC's office thinks. We have Facilat. Facilat says it will reduce work stress. It's not going to take over the world, but it will reduce work stress. What about the rest of us? What do we think? Abby, what do you think? Would AI take over the world? Adebola, what do you think? Will AI take over the world? Flora, I want you to tell me what you think. Will AI take over the world? At the beginning of the session, we all agreed we were going to be communicating because we talked about TGIT and we responded with TGIT. Thank God, it's Thursday. All right. So I would expect that we are going to, uphold that. So we have those debates talking about learning how we can leverage AI, having fun, and of course for our day to be a whole lot better. So I need more responses. Do you think AI will take over the world? If simple answer, we do. Yes or no? Yes or no? None. So what do you think? Pelumi, what do you think? Would AI take over the world? I want to get your thoughts so we know how to steer the session. All right, so I think, so Abby said AI will not take over the world, but will complement humans. Complement humans. That means it's going to help humans, but humans will still be in charge. Really? Flora says AI will not take over the world, but it will make our work a lot easier. Majority of us seem to believe that AI will take over the world. But that is not what the Terminator series said. Who knows Terminator? Okay, does anyone know Terminator? By Arnold Schwarzenegger. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Okay, so does did anyone on the call, did you watch Terminator? Terminator 1, Terminator 2, I've forgotten the different titles. So Priscilla said yes. So Priscilla actually watched Terminator. We have Flora. Flora said yes as well. Benjamin said yes. Nico said, yes, I watched it all. Nico watched the entire series, 1, 2, 3, 4, Judgment Day, all of that. Okay. iPhone said no. iPhone, you didn't watch the Terminator. Wow. That's a very big one. Okay. So in the Terminator, what were we told? AI is going to take over the world. As we can see, from the screen now. So we can see this guy, AI is taking over the world. But is that really going to be the case? Let's see. Let's see. The real thing, okay? The real issue, I won't say an issue, but rather the fact. What is really going to happen is that those who can't use AI would eventually replace, those who can't use AI would be eventually replaced by those who can. Wow. This is probably not what we were told. We were told AI is going to come in, soup all of the jobs, and then no more humans on, the workforce. But that is really not the case. AI is going to change things, no doubt about that. But the change is going to be that those who can't use AI would replace those who can. Sorry, I missed that up. I'm going to rephrase, okay? Those who can't use AI would be replaced by those who can. That is the case. That is actually what is going to happen. Because if there's something we've noticed about AI, something that you were initially supposed to do in 5 months, with AI, you can get it done in what? An hour, 2 hours, even 5 minutes. We've seen that AI actually what? Boosts productivity and efficiency of individuals. Just like Tolulokbe mentioned, Tolulokbe says, this is the most profound statement about AI. And yes, that's actually the case. The Terminator was wrong. At least the Terminator is not going to happen, not in three lifetimes or 4 lifetimes or something. All right. But now that we've understood the facts, we know what is actually the case. Okay, we know what the case is. That is, those who can't use AI would be replaced by those who can. Okay, would be replaced by those who can. We've seen that that's the case. How can you be in the right hand side and not on the left hand side? Because on the left image, you can see that we have people working with AI. They're eventually replacing all of these persons. These persons are leaving because these guys are replacing them in the workspace. And then this was transformed into what? Into this. So how can you be part of these guys and not part of these guys that are leaving? How? Well, one of those ways is what you are here to learn. Okay? One of those ways is what you are here to learn. One of the ways that you can leverage AI to become more effective. Someone say TGIT. Someone say TGIT. Send a TGIT to the chat box. Of course, I don't think you'll be able to unmute, okay? But send a TGIT to the chat box. This is just the start. All right, it's going to be a fantastic time today. I can already perceive it. I know that you right now, you can feel it already. You can feel it in your bones. That is going to be a wonderful time. All right, taking a look at how you can become part of the right and not those by the left. How you yourself can also be amazing. TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. But let's see. Remember, I talked about the fact that we are going to be using a case study approach. We are going to do it in a very fun way and in a fantastic and amazing way. Fantastic and amazing. They might mean the same things, but I don't know. I'm going to be using them in the same sentence. Okay, something that's fantastic is different from something that's amazing. That's a debate for another day. Probably would have one of those sessions. Fantastic and amazing. Which is right for you? Okay, so stay tuned. Probably have something like that in the future. All right. We are going to do things in a unique manner. We are going to leverage a case study. We're not just going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about AI, that's sure. But we are going to work with a case study coming from a more practical angle. Okay, we are going to come from a more practical angle. So, what is the case study? You've just been employed. Yes, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. You that you have a plate of food by your side and you're just, eating and listening to me at the moment. All right? Yes, you. You know you are eating. You know I'm talking to you. Okay. So, you've just been employed in a real estate company. And during the interview, you told them, oh, you have experience, you've done this, you're amazing, you're doing this. And you were like, oh, fantastic. We wanted to come in and help us change things up and help us change things, okay, in our organization. And on your very first day, because usually what we have most times in organizations is that when you join, you are given maybe the first week or the first 2 weeks, or some companies even give you as much as a month, okay, to understand how the business works, to be able to flow with the business, all right, for you to understand what makes the business tick so you can lead right in before you actually start performing your duties. But for this company, we are going to call the company ABC. That is really not the case. For company ABC, we noticed, or you noticed, that on your very first day, day one, you were thrown into the deep end. How? You were given a task for you to get insights from the company data. Just day one of being employed. The company was like, "Oh, thank you very much. We're glad that you're starting today. We've been looking for someone that has your skills for a long time now. Okay, for a long time now. So we've been looking for someone that has your skills for a long time now, and we are glad that you are here and that you would help us get things done." And they said, "Oh, this is a data set that we have. We want to understand what the data says, and we would want you to help us out." And so the data set is presented to you, and then you are left alone. You were just told, "We want to identify the objectives." You were told, "We want to try to improve sales. We want to identify, check, understand what our customers like. We just want you to understand, take a look at the data set and give us something that we will be able to use to make the company better." And then you are left alone. At first glance, when you took a look at the data set, you panicked. You were like, "Oh, wow, first day on the job, I've given this. Where do I even start from? What do I do? Should I reach out to my supervisor? Maybe I should ask the supervisor or someone else for help to help me out with this." And then you remembered that during the interview, you claimed that you were able to analyze data sets of 1 million rows or 5 million rows, that you are a superstar, that you can do things in 2 minutes. The data sets that people, the way you sell yourself during interviews. Okay, the way you sell yourself, whereby you say, "Oh, in my last company, I was able to build 5 planes, 5 airplanes. Okay, I was able to build 5 airplanes within what? Within 20 minutes in my last company. My last company, I built 5 planes in 20 minutes, and I was the only one that did that." You understand what I'm talking about? Okay, you understand what I'm talking about. I'm sure that some of us, just give me 2 minutes, please. Apologies. All right. Apologies, everyone. Okay, so I had a very, very quick emergency. All right. Sincere apologies. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, sincere apologies, everyone. Uh, I had a quick emergency, and that's the reason for the should I say breaking transmission now? Okay. But so I'm back, and everything is good for those of us asking. Thank you very much. Okay. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on. Again, sincere apologies concerning the quick break that we had. Just had to get in that quickly. Okay. All right. So moving on. What's what are we doing right now? So we're talking about a story whereby you, and remember I talked about you, that you got a job in this company and that we are going to call the company ABC. And that after you got the job, you were just thrown in the deep end. You were given a task to carry out. And then when you try to come, you notice that at first, you were scared. Where are you going to start from? What are you going to do in analyzing the data set? You thought about meeting your supervisor or maybe someone in charge or someone that has been there before you, but you remembered all of the things you spoke about during the interview. Because, like I said, many of us during the interview, so you mentioned things like I was able to build 5 planes. I believe that was the analogy I used, that I was able to build 5 planes, aeroplanes by myself in my last company. And so you cannot do what we call, in quotes, what people call fall your hand. That's in local parlance. Okay. So you don't want to do that. But you need to get something done. You don't want to break the Guinness World Record. The Guinness World Record for the quickest, what would the Guinness World Record be now? Okay, you don't have to break the Guinness World Record for the quickest fire, like someone that you just got in the company today, and then the next day, and then that same day you're fired. You don't want to have that Guinness World Record, so you need to do something about it. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's easy. Of course, this is where you can get a data set. I'm going to share the link with you for those that are interested in downloading data set, okay? And like I mentioned, my colleague has been sending in the attendance to the chat box. So kindly click on the attendance, fill in the form to get all you need, all right? So that you get the materials, the data set, everything that you need to practice along. So what are you going to do? You as this person, what are you going to do? Let's see. You are going to need to do something. You are going to need to understand where to start from. You are going to need to carry out what we call abracadabra. And we all know that that is the magic word. Okay? You have just been employed, like you can see from the screen. Oh, I see, sir. Me that was just employed. I was just employed today. Where will I even start from? I don't understand where to start from. I don't understand what to do with the data set, what the company is looking for. Where do I even start from? So, all you need to do, number one, use AI. That is the first thing you need to do. You need to what? You need to use AI. Someone say TGIT. Someone send TGIT to the chat box. Okay, so we need to communicate. We need to communicate. TGIT. Thank you very much, Oluwab Sola. All right, thank you. Thank you, Flora. Thank you, Dankart. Okay, TGIT. I need more. Or should we end here? We can decide to power through. We don't even need to go through the case study. We just power through and move to something else. Okay, so now I'm getting more TGITs, right? Thank God it's what? It's Thursday. So you need to use AI. And then you get things done. You use AI, then you get things done. That's the way you're going to dance when you eventually blow the minds of your employers. Just like this robot, this robot over here. Okay, so that's the way you're going to that. You're going to, because you are going to do fantastically well. How are you going to leverage AI? With AI, your productivity and efficiency will be improved. How? We are going to take a look at this right now. We are going to use AI to solve the problem of company ABC, to understand where we need to start from when it comes to working on that with that data set. That's what we're going to do. As soon as you download the data set, I'm going to send the link. I'm going to send the link to the data set to the chat box for those that are looking to download. Of course, you can try to follow along, okay? But if you find yourself not able to follow along, you can just listen in, all right? So you can listen in and, of course, fill the attendance form so you get access to the materials and everything that you need. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead to send that to the chat box. Okay, so that is the data set. Once you click on that, it's going to be downloaded automatically. This is what the data set looks like. Okay, this is what the data set looks like. Once you download the data set, you are going to see it has a column for invoice number, customer ID, gender, age, category, quantity, price, payments. This is what the data set looks like. But we don't know where to start from. Because unlike when you were working on things, when you were learning, you usually had a situation whereby for every case study we're working on, you had what? You had a what you call you had a what you call what's it called? A tailored analysis, whereby you already know the questions to answer. You're already told, oh, tell me how we can improve this or what the revenue is like. You already know the questions to answer. But right now, that is not the case. So what do you start from? We have this data set. What do? We have this data set. How do we solve company ABC's problem? Easy. We are going to copy the column. We're going to copy the column. All right, the column, the different column headers. We're going to copy that and then wait. Just copy, you copy and wait. Then we move to what? ChatGPT. So we're going to go to ChatGPT. Now, this is the free version of ChatGPT. So I decided to use the free version. So you can practice this from your own, the confines of your own home. All right. So you don't need to get the paid version for this to work out for you. So come closer, take a listen, and see if there's anything like that. And let's see how we are going to get this done. So I will come over to ChatGPT and I will send a message. I can say, hello. I really don't need to say hello, but I can say, hello, ChatGPT. All right, just so ChatGPT understands where we are coming from. I can just say, hello, ChatGPT. I am a data analyst, and I am in serious what? Serious trouble. And I need your help. Let's see what ChatGPT would say. So, hey, Aisha, so ChatGPT already knows my name, okay? So it says, hey, Aisha, I'm here to help. What's the issue you are facing? Does ChatGPT know your name? If ChatGPT does not know your name, that means you are not yet part of those that can use AI. You don't want to be replaced. You want to still be able to what? You want to still be able to deliver as much as possible. Because now you are not just in competition with fellow employees. You're in competition with employees that are using AI to improve their skills, that are using AI to improve their productivity, whereby they are giving 100% and you are only able to give 40%. Ask yourself this question. Does ChatGPT know my name? Ask yourself. I want you to ask yourself the question. Sarah, ask yourself the question: does ChatGPT know my name? Okay, it doesn't even have to be ChatGPT. Any AI too. Do they know your name? Anyways, so now we are going to tell ChatGPT has asked us, what problem are we facing? So we're going to say, okay, we're going to say, what insights or questions? We can use insight, we can use questions, okay? Because what are we looking to do? We're not using ChatGPT to do the entire, to go ahead to carry out the data analysis for us, okay? No, we want to use ChatGPT as a guide to know where we start, where we should start from. So we're going to go ahead and say, what questions can I answer? What questions can I answer from a data set that contains these columns? All right, that contains these columns. And then I'm going to come to the bottom and I will paste the column headers. Remember, we got this from the data sets. We got it from the data set. We copied it from here into what? ChatGPT. So we paste it in there. And then I will hit send. And let's see the magic unfold. Okay, let's see what is going to happen. So we can see based on the columns in your data sets, here are some questions you can answer. What is the total revenue generated over time? What is the average order value? Which shopping malls generate the highest revenue? What is the distribution of customers? We have so many questions. And then now we can pick some of these questions to answer using the data sets. And then, of course, go ahead to build, let's say, a dashboard, a report, and then present that to the stakeholders. And the stakeholders will be amazed that, oh, you just started work today and you're already doing so well. Because with these questions, we know where to start. Previously, we didn't know where to start. What are you going to do with this? But now, with the help of AI, we know where to start. Now we know that click on this. Okay, let's even try to understand what the revenue is like. Let's try to understand what customers like. Someone say TGIT. So I can see a question from Fasilat. What are the AI tools available? Okay, so there are so many AI tools, all right? There's ChatGPT, all right? There's Cloud AI, there's Meta, all right? There's a Gemini, is Gemini or Gemini now, okay? There are a whole lot, all right? And you can work with any of them, really. Any of them is fine, it's great for you. But you for data analytics, ChatGPT and Cloud AI are really, really good. So I said someone said TGIT and I only got a response from Wasi. What about the rest of us? Okay, say TGIT. Wale, come on, go ahead. I want to say TGIT. Are you with me? Are you enjoying the session? We are seeing how we can leverage AI. Now, look, take a look at this. I wanted to take a look at this. Take a listen. We just did this within the last 5 minutes. Now we know where to start from. Someone else in your shoes would still be thinking, what do I do with this data set? Where do I even start from? What I don't even know what the company is looking for. What should we do? What do they you don't even know? Like, but now, while someone else is thinking, okay, while someone else is thinking, we are already taking actions. And this method can be used for even larger projects. And I meant cloud, C-L-A-U-D-E, not cloud, okay, cloud, okay? It's cloud, C-L-A-U-D-E, all right, cloud. All right, so now that we have a starting point, let's go ahead and see how we can get some things done in Excel. We are going to go ahead to get insight from this data set. We are going to go ahead to get insight from this data set. And Excel, many persons don't know that Excel is more than just a table. Many persons don't know that Excel is more than just a spreadsheet too. They think Excel is just that. Excel is Microsoft Word. You know Microsoft Word? That Excel is Microsoft Word, but Microsoft Word for numbers. You know, you have Microsoft Word that you use for typing and all of that. Now, Excel is just like Microsoft Word, but it's for numbers. It's for you to have good tables, well-structured tables, just your regular spreadsheet. That's wrong. Excel is a whole lot more than that. And we are going to see what Excel can do right now. With Excel, we are going to go ahead to what? Get insights from the data using pivot tables. So the first thing we are going to do to get that done is to create a table. And how do we create the table? By using the inserts. Okay, so we're going to create a table by coming over to the inserts ribbon. Here is the inserts ribbon. I'll come over to the inserts ribbon, and then I can see table. I click on table, and then over here, I can see my table as headers. I'm going to leave it as it is because my table does have headers. And then I'll click on OK. And I have my table. The next thing I'm going to do is to create pivot tables. My personal favorite, what I love to call the PTs. Now, when I say PT, I'm not talking about PE, okay? Not physical education, but pivot tables, PT, all right? So we are going to go ahead to use PTs to get the insights we need. The first question we are going to answer, because we are going to answer numerous questions. The first question we are going to answer would be, what products are doing well? What product is doing well? Because if we come over to ChatGPT, we're going to see something. If we come over here, so we can see what is the total revenue generated over time, what is the average order value. Then over here, you see which category is the most popular based on quantity sold or revenue. So the company is able to tell that, oh, we are doing well in this product. Let's keep, making more of this product. Customers like this product. So if we make more of this product, customers will go ahead to buy the product and we'll be doing well. All right. So that is one thing that we can get from here. So we can give that to the stakeholders and tell them that, oh, our products, this product is doing well. We should do, talking about data storytelling. But that's a story for another day. So we are going to go ahead to get the popular category from this table, because over here we have different categories. We have clothing, shoes, books, clothing, but from here we really can't tell which is the most popular. So we use the pivot table. And how do we do that? So the first thing I need to do is ensure that my active cell is within the table. And when I say active cell, what do I mean? I'm talking about this green box. You see this green box? This green box, that's your active cell. So I'm going to need to ensure that it is within the pivot table. So I'll click on it. Click on the pivot table. It's in here. Then I'll come over to inserts. And then at the beginning, I have pivot table. So I'll click on pivot table. This asks me for the table name. Everything is looking good. So I'll click on OK. And a new sheet will be created with my pivot table template by the right, or by the left. My left anyways, might be your right, but my left, okay? So it's located at the left. And when you click in the pivot table template, you're going to see pivot table fields by the right pop up. By the right, you see your pivot table what? Your pivot table fields. And in the pivot table fields, we have things like your invoice number, customer ID, gender, age, category. All of these things seem familiar. We've seen this somewhere before. Yeah. Why did we see this? These names, they seem familiar. Where did we see it? Where did we see this? We saw them in the table. Exactly. We saw them in the table. Meaning the pivot table field is a representation of the table. And we are going to be working with the pivot table field. So I'm going to send the link to the dataset to the chat box again for those that might want to download. Again, if you want access to the materials and everything that we are going to be using in this session, please ensure you fill in the form. So you get the recording, you get everything you need, the materials, the data set, fill the attendance form. Very, very important. So we have the names here. Now, what do we want to find out? What do we want to see? We want to take a look at, we want to take a look at products, all right, the categories that are doing well in the market. And we can have a look by quantity. That is, which of them is most purchased? Which of them is most purchased? So I'm going to come over to my pivot table field. And then my category, I'm going to drag my category to rows. And then for the values, I drag the quantity to values. So I'm able to see what's the figures. I could also format this by highlighting the numbers and formatting this using the comma style, so the numbers make more sense. And I can also reduce the decimal places. So we can see 14,000 books were sold, 103,000 clothing were sold, 45,000 cosmetics were sold. We're having all of these things. But we could even go ahead to make this make more sense, because you are not going to go ahead to the stakeholder to the meeting, all right, to give your business presentation and show stakeholders this. No, you are going to show them a report, a dashboard. Now, we might not be able to actually build a dashboard on this call, but we are going to go ahead to carry out the first step to getting a dashboard, talking about the visuals. So we are going to insert a pivot chart that would show what this pivot table is actually talking about. And to do that, we click on the pivot, chart, on the pivot table, sorry. And then I'll come over to the pivot table analyze. Pivot table analyze ribbon. Over here, I'll click on pivot chart. I click on what pivot chart, and I have different kinds of charts I can choose from. Different charts I can work with. I'm going to go with my column chart, and I have different kinds of column charts. I'm going to go with the clustered column chart, a 2D chart, something that is easy to understand. And I'll click on OK. And we have this. So I'm going to take off the buttons. I don't need that. So I'll right click on sum of quantity, and I'll click on hide all field buttons on chart. So it's a bit more clearer. And with this, I can easily see that clothing is performing better than the rest products. After clothing, we have cosmetics, we have food and beverage, we have shoes, and we can see the product that are doing well. So from this, you can already begin to understand what company ABC is known for. So when you are speaking in the meeting, you can go ahead to say, at the moment, our brand is more known for our clothing items. We are more known as a clothing brand to our customers. So maybe we want to focus on clothing and stop selling books, since we are not really making money on books. So whatever we were supposed to invest on books, we could add it to what? To clothing. That's an idea. Or you could decide to do whatever it is you are doing for clothing that is getting us this kind of sales. Do the same for books, so that we also get high sales for books. And we are doing well in every single category. This is just the first question. But we are not done. Let's say we want to take a look at some other questions. Now, let's take a look at what's our customer base like? All right, let's take a look at that. Because if we come over to the suggestions given by ChatGPT, all right, I will take a look at the customer insight. You would see something about, do male or female customers tend to purchase more or less frequently? Something that we want to know. Because this would be helpful to the company, for them to know if there are more if they are more if the male audience if they are more suited for the male audience or for the female audience, if they are more likely to have males purchasing their items or they are more likely to have females purchasing their items. So any of them that works, they know how they can go ahead with their promotions, talking about their targeted ads. Because if you are creating ads for females or you're creating ads for males, there are different approaches that you are going to take. Based on the data that we've analyzed so far, that is this. What do you think we are going to get? Are we going to have more male customers or are we going to have more female customers? What do we think? What do we think? Do you think we are going to have more male customers or do you think we are going to have more female customers? So I need responses. I need responses. Remember, it's TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. So do you think we're going to have more male customers or more female customers? What do you think? Patricia says we are going to have more female customers. What about the rest of us? So Elvis says more females. Really? Is that just it? No one is saying males? I need more responses, okay? Nonso says more females. Everyone seems to agree that we're going to have more females. Okay, everyone seems to agree that we are going to have more females. Stella, what do you think as well? Samuel, are we going to have more males or more females? Shum says male. Shum says we're going to have more males. Let's see what the data says. To get this done, I could decide to add in another pivot table to this same sheet. But I'm going to move, or we could do it on the same sheet. I don't think it's odd. Okay, we're going to use the same sheet. So I'm just going to copy this pivot table. I'll use Control A, Control C to copy this pivot table. And I'll just come over to this point. I'll give ample space. Then I can paste in here. Okay, I can paste the pivot table in here. And then I will take off the fields. So we have a blank pivot table template. What are we looking to get now? What's the question we're looking to get now? We want to see what the gender distribution is like when it comes to our customer base. So I'm going to drag gender to rows. And since I'm counting gender, I want to know how many males, how many females are purchasing from us. I'm going to go ahead and also drag gender to values. And with this, we can see that we have a total of 99,000 customers that purchased from us anyways. And we have 59,000 females and 39,000 males. This makes some sense due to the products that are actually doing well in the market. Now, this is not to be stereotypical that, oh, males cannot buy clothing or cosmetics. But what the data is telling us, this is data speaking and not ISIS speaking, okay? What the data is telling us that we have more females that are more, we are more likely to get more female customers than males. And we can also take a look at the product categories that have what? Spikes. Clothing, cosmetics, food and beverages, shoes, toys, and then the others are, below. We can also go ahead to make this seem more. What do I mean by make it seem more? I'm adding a visual to this. So I'm going to come over to my pivot table analyze. This time I'm going to insert a donut chart. So if I come to my pie charts, you see I have my pie charts and I'm going to select the variant. I like food, if you can tell. So maybe that's the reason why I'm going for donuts. So I'm going to select the donut variant and then I'll click on what? Okay. And I have my donut chart. I have my donut chart. I can bring this to the bottom. I'm also going to add this fields. So we can see the female percentage. The females represent 60% of the business and the males represent 40% of the business. We are going to go ahead and have one more example. One more example. Pick another question. So we pick another question. This time, let's take a look at the shopping malls that are doing well. Because when you come over to ChatGPT, ChatGPT actually told us to check for which shopping mall generated the highest revenue. So we know those. So we know the shopping malls that are doing well. Maybe we need to close one because something about businesses. Running a mall, all right, for you to have your product in the mall, that's actually costing you. So you are expecting to sell, so you get enough revenue, and from there you get your profits. But if you are not selling and you just only have cost and cost and cost, but you're not selling, at the end of the day, you would want to maybe close down the shop and that mall. You want to focus your resources where you're doing well. If you're not able to convert the market in the other places that are not doing so well. Business 101. So we want to also take a look at what the shopping malls that are doing well. And so we're going to work with another pivot table. So I'll come over here, I'll paste my pivot table. Okay, I'll paste my pivot table. I'll just copy this. Okay, I'll copy that, and then I'll come over here and paste. And then I'll also take off the fields. I would also take off the what? The fields. Wow. TGIT. It's a good day. Like I said, the factory you're right now, your day just got better. And I know that you're already feeling that, right? You're feeling it in your bones. You're glad you're listening in right now. TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. All right. So now, what is our shopping? Where's our shopping mall? Our shopping mall. So we have our shopping mall in here. I'll bring my shopping mall to rows. And then for the values, I want to see the shopping mall that is bringing in the most money. Okay, so I'm going to place revenues on the values. And with these, I can already see that we have Instant Park and we have the Canyon. Something you might also want to do. I can decide to sort this by just highlighting, and then I can come over to sort and filter, and I'll select sort largest to smallest, and we have the biggest values at the top. So the first, we have the Mall of Istanbul. That's like our biggest mall where we are doing the most. And of course, don't forget about your pivot chart. This time I'm going to work with my bar chart. So I'm going to work with my bar chart. Now click on OK. Now take all of this off. And then I have my bar chart. So with this, I can go to the next stage and start building a dashboard and start building a report. Although we are not going to be doing that now. That is going to be in another session, which will be the part 2. So this session is going to be broken down into 2 series. So we're going to have the part 1 and we're going to have the part 2. So you want to ensure you are following Analytics, follow us on social media, ensure you join all of our sessions, okay? So you get to witness the part 2, episode 2, to see how we can now convert this into a dashboard. But we have been able to see how we can leverage AI, how you can improve your productivity and your efficiency as a data analyst. So you're not that data analyst that is cowering in fear, but you're that data analyst that is great, genial, if you speak French. All right? We've been able to see all of that. But something that we are wondering, what is next? But before that, don't forget about what our goal was. Use AI, get things done. Use AI and dance. Use AI and be joyful. Remember the question I asked. Does AI know your name? If you're ready to go ahead, if you know you've been enjoying the session so far, that you've been having fun, Remember our theme for tonight, TGIF. I want you to send not TGIF. No, sorry, that's old school. Okay, sorry, not TGIF. TGIT. I want you to go ahead to send TGIT to the chat box. Okay, use AI. Get things done. Use AI and dance. Use AI and be joyful. Remember, send a TGIT to the chat box. And of course, if you know you want everything that the session has to offer, you need to get the record. You need to practice. You need to be able to use AI and to what? And to dance. I think that's going to be the highlight for this session. I'm a very good dancer. Okay, too bad I can show you all my skills. Okay, if you know you need all of this, there's something very important that you have to do. And what is that? You need to fill the attendance form. So please go ahead to click on that link. Click on the link right now before the attendance form is closed and you don't get access to this. And you now become a data analyst, a business analyst, a HR analyst, or a financial analyst. That's query. You are not able to prove what you mentioned in the interview. If you don't want that, go ahead to fill the attendance form, all right, which my colleague is sharing. So you get access to all of this and you can practice later. Exactly. I can see a mix of TGIT and use AI, get things done. And that's great. Okay, that's great. So this was the data set we worked on. And what this data set can be converted into is something like this. Okay, something like what? Something like this. Whereby we have a dashboard that showcases the entire picture. And then we can go ahead to present this in the stakeholder meeting. And to have a round of applause from the stakeholders. Now, wow, we hired the superstar. Okay, so this is another thing. Remember, I mentioned follow us on social media. If you know you're not following analytics, you are wrong. Okay, follow us on social media because we are going to have sessions where you now see how you can convert. That's where we stopped. Okay, how you can convert that into something amazing. Into this. But really, who is a data analyst? Sometimes I love to use stories to explain things like this. You know, begin with the story, and then we say story, and then we go ahead with once upon a time, and of course we continue with time. And then I say there was a man, and then I just concord something, and then we have a great time. But today, I don't think I'm gonna be doing that. Okay, I think we're just going to go ahead to speak about what a data analyst does. Who is a data analyst? What is a data analyst? Which is a data analyst? How is a data analyst? A data analyst is a professional that actually analyzes business data. All right? Interprets the data of the organization to help the company support data-driven decisions. A data analyst focuses on two things, which is called what happened and why did it happen. The descriptive analytics and the diagnostic analytics. What we've just done is talking about the descriptive analytics. What happened? We've been able to tell the organization what their customer base looks like, the customer distribution. We've been able to tell the organization this is what this is the mall that we are making the most money for. We've been able to tell the organization this is the category that we are doing well in. These are some of the things that a data analyst does. And of course, you also have the financial analyst, the HR analyst, and the business analyst that all come together to get this done in the organization, which we are going to go into. So yes, this is what a data analyst does. Interprets data, speaks with data. What happened and why did it happen? A business analyst, on the other hand, is someone that also analyzes, but doesn't necessarily analyze data. but analyzes the business process. How can I make this better in the organization? At the moment, this is what we are doing. How can we go ahead to do this? We are doing this. How can we do that? So things go well. Okay, I was thinking of something else to use on that sentence, but nothing came to my head. So I'm going to use with go well. A business analyst is someone that will come to a company and take that organization from where it is at the moment to where that company wants to be. It's just like, let's say you have a kid. You have a kid, the kid is 5 years old, 6 years old, and they are like, oh, mom, dad, I want to be a pilot. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a doctor. Or they say, oh, mom, I want to make a lot of money. I want to be a data analyst. I want to be able to, I want to work in different organizations from the comfort of my home. I want to have good work-life balance. I want to be in vacation. I'm vacation in Paris and I'm working for a company in Australia. That's what tech offers you. I don't think being a surgeon can get you that. Okay. So maybe those are the things that they want to do. And that is great. That is fantastic. So you, as the parent, you would now be like the business analyst to help them get from where they are at the moment to where they want to be. That is what a business analyst does. Every person is a business analyst one way or the other. But of course, there are things that are involved in being a business analyst, which we'll get into soon. What about a financial analyst? A financial analyst is actually a data analyst. But a financial analyst is a data analyst that focuses on financial data. A financial analyst is a specialist. A data analyst is a generalist. It's like if we use the health the medicals that we use I think the health, I don't want to say health industry because I don't think it's called an industry, but you know what I'm talking about, hospitals and all of that. Okay, if we were to go that route, things like, you have the surgeon, you have a general, you have like a general practitioner, someone that's like a general physician, all right? And then you have a surgeon that is more of a specialist. Maybe you have a surgeon that specializes in things of the heart, things of the heart, things of the brain, things of, maybe things of the ear, nose, and throat. You have different kind of surgeons, things of the bones, things of the eyes. That is what being a financial analyst is as well. Where a data analyst takes a look at the general business data and help the company makes what data-driven decisions. The financial analyst takes a look at the business financial data and helps the business forecast what trends, helps ensure that the business has a healthy, helps ensure that the business has a healthy, what you call the business has what healthy finance. Okay, that is what a business analyst actually, that's what a financial analyst actually does. So the financial analyst, like I said, is the financial analyst is the specialist, while the data analyst is the generalist. But what about the HR analyst? Just like the data analyst and the financial analyst, the HR analyst is also a data analyst. But the HR analyst is a data analyst that focuses on what people data. One of the core aspects of being a company, one of the core aspects of succeeding as an organization is to be able to handle the people, because the people, they're one of the core pillars of any company. And for you to succeed as a company, the people need to put in their all. The HR analyst is there to ensure that that is actually the case. The HR analyst is there to ensure that you as a business, that the company is performing well, that you don't have situations, that the company is performing well, that you don't have situations of low of low talent, that you are having high amount of attrition. Just give me a moment. Okay, that you are having high attrition, and then you are having people leaving the organization. You have low talent retention, talking about the fact that your company is like a breeding ground. And when I say like a breeding ground, people come into your company, they learn, and then in the next month, in the next 2 months, they move on to something else. The HR analyst is there to ensure that you have what we call stay interviews and not exit interviews. What are exit interviews? Exit interviews are I'm sure we know what exit interviews are, okay, but I'll just give a quick explanation. Someone wants to leave the company, they send in their resignation letter. After sending in their resignation letter, then they resign or they leave the company. Then HR would now decide that, oh, let's have a meeting with this person to find out why the person left. Oh, why did you leave the company? All of those kind of things. That is what we call an exit interview. That is like taking medicine after death, as it's popularly called. Okay, that is taking what? That is what's taking. That is like taking a medicine after death. The individual, they've already left the organization, but now you're trying to find out why they left the company. It doesn't make sense. The HR analyst would come in, and they have what we call the stay interviews. By taking a look at the data, the HR analyst is a data analyst. We go ahead to analyze the data. We take a look at the data, the people data. I would identify trends of attrition. Oh, we've noticed that there are persons in a particular department that like leaving. Or we notice that as soon as an employee gets married, they are more likely to leave. So the HR analyst will go ahead to take a look at to take a look at the employee workforce. Oh, who just got married? And just notice that Kunle just got married. Kunle got married last week. And so the HR analyst will now have a stay interview, because Kunle has not said I want to leave. We will have an interview with Kunle and ask Kunle, oh Kunle, congratulations on your marriage. It's fantastic. We are happy for you. The company is proud. Blah, blah. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine, and all of those things. I would say we want to know how the business being. Is there something that we can do to make this better for you? Is there something in the business that you is there something in the business that you want to tell us? Is there something that's bothering you? How can we make things better for you? And the colleague can say, oh, yes, I just got married. So the work-life balance hasn't really been great, because now I have to spend more time with my spouse, with my family. And so I was hoping if I can get reduced working hours, because maybe that was one of the problems. While we have a trend that as soon as an employee gets married, they are more likely to going to leave the organization, because they don't have time for themselves or their spouse. And so the HR analyst will go ahead to say, oh, no problem, you've been ahead. And if the company can go ahead to reduce Kunle working hours, or maybe Kunle is a fantastic employee that the company doesn't want to lose, they get to put this in place to ensure that Kunle remains in the company. Kunle did not even send in a resignation letter, but before all of these things were carried out. This is what we call a stay interview. That can only be done when you analyze the data and you take a look at trends and patterns. An HR analyst is not just your normal HR. It's a whole lot more than that. But what do you need to be a business analyst? What really makes you a business analyst? A business analyst, like I said, is that person that will take the organization from where it is to where it wants to be. A business analyst is more heavy on documentations. Unlike your data analyst, your financial analyst, your HR analyst that work with data a lot, a business analyst is more of a documentation kind of person. Documenting things, having several meetings, speaking with different people, speaking with the stakeholders, trying to get what they need, and all of those things. A business analyst is a middleman between a non-technical stakeholder and the technical stakeholder. Who is the non-technical stakeholder? The Non-technical stakeholders, they're those people that make the decisions. Talking about the CEO, the CFO, the CDR, the CGR, the CFD, the CUO, the CFW, the CZWXYTUB, SUVXZ. Okay, all of the C's, anything with a C that you know about, anyone called the chief in the business. Okay, so those guys are the non-technical stakeholders. They are involved in what the decision making process. So a non-technical stakeholder would have an idea that, oh, this is what we need to do. This we want to build a new product. We need to launch a new product. They have that idea. They're calling the developer that would actually go ahead to build the product or build the project, maybe build the website, build the application, whatever the case may be. But the developer needs more information. The developer in this case now is the technical stakeholder. It's not enough. It's not enough for you to tell the developer that, hey, come here, I need you to build us a website, and then that's it. No, the developer needs to understand certain things. For example, what are the goals of the company? What are the goals for this website? Should the website be yellow in color? Should it be green? Should it be red? What kind of color should the website be? When you use the website, should the website do this, do that? All of these things are known by the non-technical stakeholders. For that, all of those to be transmitted to the technical stakeholder, you need the business analyst. The business analyst will get all of this information from the non-technical stakeholders using what we call elicitation and your requirement fundamentals, requirement gathering, having stakeholder meetings, talking about your stakeholder analysis and engagement. We'll get all of those requirements, and we use that to form an acceptance criteria for what? For the developer. Things that the developer will look out for to know if they are doing well or not. Like, oh, the application needs to have this. The developer sees that in the acceptance criteria and goes ahead to ensure that the application actually has that. In the business analysis program here at Analytics, something extra that you are going to be learning is your Excel, your Power BI, and your SQL. Because something we've noticed is that many recruiters want business analysts with a flavor of data analytics. I like giving the example of an ice cream. You know your ice cream, all right? So when you go to get ice cream, you usually want what? Different scoops. So let's say you are taking your kid out, because adults don't like to take themselves out. I don't know why. I think I usually love to admonish people on the call for you to take care of yourself, to go out once in a while. Okay. But this time I don't think I'm going to do that. If you want to go out, go out. If you don't want to go out, don't go out. At the end of the day, it's your decision. I think I'm being a bit too harsh, but yeah, that's just it. So let's say you're taking your kid out and your kid says, oh, I want ice cream. And then your kid says, I want what? I want 2 flavors. I want 2 scoops. I want a scoop of vanilla and I want a scoop of strawberry. So you tell the vendor, please give me 2 scoops. Give me a scoop of vanilla and give me a scoop of what? Strawberry. That is what the recruiter is saying. I want ice cream. I want a business analyst. But I want the business analyst to have what? A flavor of data analytics. This opens you to the role called the business data analyst. All right? This opens you to the role called the business data analyst. Remember what I mentioned. If you want to get access to everything this session has to offer, it's very important you fill the attendance form. Kindly click on the excuse me. Kindly click on the link on the chat box and fill in the attendance form. Okay. So when the recording of the session is going out, the materials are going out, it's also sent to you. If you do not do this, you will not get access. Please fill in the form. Now, that is the reason why Yet Analytics. You at the start of the program, you get to learn about Excel, Power BI, and SQL to give you that flavor of data analytics that is being searched for. As a business analyst, tools you'll be working with and your Lucid charts. Your Lucid charts are your draw.io, which you use for process mapping. You have your Confluence, your Jira software, and your Trello, which you use for your projects, initiation planning. That's your entire project management. And of course, ChatGPT for business analysis. Those who can't use AI would be replaced by those who can. What about being a data analyst? A data analyst, we already know what a data analyst means. That a data analyst is a generalist, while a financial analyst and a HR analyst are both specialists. So for you to be a data analyst, things that you need your problem solving. You need to be able to solve problems. You can't say you are a data analyst if you can't solve problems. That's not being a data analyst. That's the reason why you begin with your problem solving. And then you move on to your Excel, your SQL, and your Power BI. And then you also learn about your Tableau. Tableau and Power BI would give you are both business intelligence tools, and they will give you the opportunity to apply for multiple jobs, because it doesn't matter if the company says, I need someone that can use Power BI, no problem, you can apply. It doesn't matter if the company says, I need someone that can use Tableau, no problem, you can apply. You have your data storytelling for you to be able to tell stories with your data, to be able to communicate insights from your data. ChatGPT for analytics, and of course your Microsoft Fabrics for analytics. For a financial analyst, you get to learn your problem solving, your Excel, your Power BI, your SQL, and then you move into accounting fundamentals, your financial analysis, financial modeling, valuation, sensitivity, and scenario analysis. And of course, ChatGPT for analytics. And also for the HR analyst. Your problem solving, Excel, Power BI, and SQL. You move to your HR analytics and performance evaluation, your HR metrics and lifecycle, your HR analysis and dashboarding, collaboration and report automation, building your case and creating action, and your ChatGPT for analytics. All of these are fantastic career paths that you should get into due to the numerous opportunities that are available. The World Economic Forum released this report called the Future of Job Report every 2 years, which shows those roles that are available, those roles that there are so many opportunities available right now, and that those opportunities are going to grow with time. Those are the ones by the left. The ones by the right are those that are going to decrease with time. And by the left, you can see your data analyst and scientist. This covers your data analyst, your financial analyst, and of course your HR analyst, because they are all data analysts. You also have your business intelligence analyst. This is a role that a data analyst can function in as well. And you have your process automation specialist, which is a business analysis role. So in terms of opportunities being available for you, if you do go ahead to get to be in any one of these programs, to take any of this career path, there are a lot, a plethora. If you go on any job site right now and you search for these roles, you are going to see over 100 roles that were uploaded just today. There are many persons that have been able to succeed where you are currently looking to succeed. Many persons that have been able to make that switch where you are currently looking to make that switch. We've been able to help over 2,500 individuals make a transition into what? Into tech. Okay, we've been able to help people make that transition from what they were doing at the moment into getting the job in tech. 2,500 individuals, helping them transition into the classroom. I usually like telling people that you really don't need to listen. You really don't need to listen to me, okay? But rather, listen to them. The multiple persons that we've been able to help land a job in tech. Taking a look at Busola, we were able to help Busola land the job as a performance analyst in Desjardins, Canada. As a data analyst, there are so many roles you can function in as a data analyst. Performance analyst is actually one of them. And of course, there are many more. All right, many more. I always love to tell people that I can dedicate a session to go through all of the numerous testimonials, the people that we've been able to help make a switch, make that transition. And that is actually the case. We were able to help Bookie get a job as a data scientist, not just Bookie. We were also able to help Cheryl get a job as a data scientist. And many, many more. Many more. All right. Talking about Abigail that will help to transition into business analysis in Canada from a care worker to a business analyst in Canada. Because many of us, that is actually where we find ourselves at the moment. So we find ourselves doing what we really don't, we really don't see ourselves doing this for a long time because we want something that we can get career growth. Oh, if I do this for 2 months, in the next 3 months, I can move to this next step, I can move to this next step, and all of that. And so we are looking to make that switch, just like Abigail did. It's very possible. We were able to help Tony transition to become a benefit analyst, getting a full-time sponsorship with the UK 1 month after completing the training with us. So many more testimonials. These are sessions where we've brought in people to talk about how they were able to make success, how they were able to succeed where you are currently trying to succeed. Sessions titled How I Secured a Job After Training with Analytics. And you can go ahead to click on this links to watch the session to see how we were able to help these people make that switch. Remember, for you to get access to the slides, you absolutely need to fill the attendance form. Click on that link right now. All right, do that right now. So many testimonials. Listen to people, how we were able to help them make that switch. But you might be wondering, how did they actually get a job? Because you know of a friend. Let's use Kunle. I love using the name Kunle. Okay, so you know of a friend that claims to be a business analyst or claims to be a data analyst. That, oh, I can use SQL, I can use Power BI, I can use Excel, but they don't have a job in tech. For 5 years, they don't have a job in tech. And you are wondering, what will make you succeed where they failed? What will be the difference between you and them? We understand what works. For you to get a job, you need to complete the job equation. And the job equation talks about the both parts that you need to get a job. That's technical skills, which is the first 50% for you to be able to carry out, for you to have the skills of a business analyst, for you to have the skills of an HR analyst, a data analyst, a financial analyst. All right, for you to have those skills. That's sure, you get the skills. And you also need the other 50%, which is what the employability skills. Because it's one thing for you to have the skills needed to actually do the job. And it's another thing for an employee, for an employer, a recruiter, to believe that you have the skills to do the job. Hence, the reason why you are going to be separated from the competition using our TV layered approach. Talking about the level 1 and the level 2. For the level 1, beginning with the CV review sessions, whereby you have sessions that would help you craft a winning CV. A CV that would cover a CV review session that would show you all you need to ensure that your CV passes through the 2 roadblocks, talking about the ATS, and then when it also gets to the recruiter, that the recruiter takes a look at that and knows that you are the perfect fit for the job. How you can craft a CV that perfectly highlights your experience, convert whatever experience you have that you might think is not relevant to that job into valuable experience that would ensure that you do get the job. Sessions that will cover LinkedIn optimizations, how you can have a winning LinkedIn profile, a profile that would attract recruiters, that will make recruiters pick up the phone to call you, that will make recruiters go ahead to message you, telling you to apply for jobs should it not even know existed. How you can have a winning LinkedIn profile that would ensure that you are alerted when the perfect job opportunities that you are a great fit for are opened. So you can go ahead to apply with the perfect CVs that you've been shown how to create. How you can optimize your Upwork profile if you're interested in freelancing. You want to work in your own times. Your own time. You want to work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then go to bed Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You want to succeed as a freelancer. Upwork, the Upwork optimization session will show you how you can leverage Upwork, how you can go through Upwork, utilize the Connect system, how you can write a reading proposal to ensure that you become a successful freelancer. And of course, the navigating the job markets, which will take you through how you can succeed in your climb, how you can position yourself in your market, because every market is different depending on your location. So the market of the US is different from the market of the UK, is different from the market of Poland, is different from the market of Nigeria, of Ghana, South Africa, anywhere you're located. So you get to have sessions that will show you how you can succeed in the market, having professionals that we are able to do things, that we are able to succeed where you're currently looking to succeed, that will take you through what they did that helped them succeed. So you can go ahead to do those things and succeed. And so you have a times 2 route to success. And how you sessions that would also prep you for your interview. Because we are not just interested in you getting an interview, but rather we want to land that job. And so you have sessions that will take you through interview simulations for you to see, oh, this is what an interview looks like. And also, when you eventually get an interview, so you've gotten an interview, you applied for the job, you got an interview, then you can schedule a one-on-one session with a professional. And the professional will take you through questions you should expect in your interview, how you should go ahead to answer those questions, how you should talk about your experience. So at the end of the day, you do end up getting that job. And of course, recommendation and reference letter. Every recruiter nowadays, they want reference. You claim that you killed a dragon. Did you really kill a dragon? I want someone that will prove to me that you killed a dragon. You claim that in your last organization, you were able to make 50% sales or 50% increase in sales. Is that really possible? I need someone that would give me a guarantee to tell me that I am doing the right thing by hiring you. Recommendation and reference letters. As long as you are a participant with Analytics and alumnus with Analytics, you are sure of getting a reference letter when the need arises. And mentorship is very important. Mentorship will help you position yourself right for success, to tell you new ways that you can succeed in the industry. People that have done what you are looking to do and will tell you what you need to do to succeed. New tips and tricks, new trends. You would also be mentored weekly. And when I say weekly, I really do mean weekly. And of course, on the job support. You've gotten the job, you were given a task. That is not so clear. You need help on how to go about that. You can reach out to us and we'll guide you on what to do. So you go back to work and of course you do great. How would you be learning? You are going to be learning using what? The dual learning approach. And when I say the dual learning approach, I'm talking about, having the watch me do it videos, what we call the watch me do it videos, and also the live classes. As a Analytics participant, you are going to get access to the LMS. You are going to be registered on the platform where you can come in to, so let's say you are registered in the data analytics course, for example. All right, so you can come over to the LMS. Of course, you have Oluko. So this is AI. So you see, AI is great to use AI. So you have an AI trainer that's Oluko, all right, and you can speak with Oluko. Oluko can help you with different things, how you can succeed in your career. You are trying to prepare for an interview, how you can go ahead to prepare for an interview. So let's see. Oluka is saying, hey, buddy, how are you doing today? For a better and personalized experience, please enter your details. I'm going to enter my name. So, Aisha, sir, I hit submit. And let's see what Oluka says. So, hello, Aisha, sir. My name is Oluka, which stands for teacher. I'm your personal AI trainer designed by Analytics. Which of the categories below best suits your current concerns? What do you want? I have career-related questions. I can succeed in my career. You can go ahead to ask Oluko. Maybe I want to take a look at the course content. I have the code-based issues. Maybe I was running the codes and I have an issue with my code. I need someone to help. or I need to be prepped for an interview. I can do all of this using AI, using Olucall, and Olucall will respond to you. And of course, you also have a good network. You can decide to ask AI or ask humans, because you have the facilitators, you have the senior data associate, the data associate that are going to be working closely with you to ensure you achieve your goals. And taking a look at the Watch Me Do It videos. Over here, you can see you have the week one. Then in module one, you have the different videos. And then you can select any of them and go ahead to play the video, practice. So over here, you can download the materials. So you download the materials, you are practicing, you are getting what you need. And then, of course, during the weekend and Saturday, you also have a live session with the facilitator, whereby everything you practice during the week, you are working on that. You are asking questions, working on case studies, gaining experience. I remember I talked about reference letters, okay, and the interview prep. So over here, you see you can request a reference letter and also schedule an appointment. It's great learning with analytics. You have to be a part of this, because like I said, we've been able to help so many persons. How we help Fola get a business analyst job with the government in Canada after completing our business analysis program. How we were able to help Bennett, how we were able to help Abdul get a job as an HR analyst. All right, after get a job as a data analyst after completing our HR analyst program in the UK. For you to be a part of this, you need to join our cohort, which begins on the 5th of October. For you to be a part of this, you would need to make a commitment. You can go ahead to register for any of our programs, and of course, this is the fee. The full amount for you to be a part of the program, you get to pay $750 if you are paid in dollars. You get to pay £625 if you are paid in pounds, 730 euros if you are paid in euros, or 1,125 Canadian dollars if you are paid in Canadian dollars. But if you are part of the first 20 persons to register, you get to pay 20% less. Excuse me. All right, getting to pay $600 if you are paid in dollars. Getting to pay £500 if you are paid in pounds, 580 euros if you are paid in euros, and of course, 900 Canadian dollars if you are paid in Canadian dollars. And you can make payments using two methods. You can either make payments using the main stack link, which my colleague is sharing at the moment, or you can make payments using what? The website, the Analytics website. And I'm going to take you through both methods. All right. So for the Analytics Enrollment Center, once you click on that link, it's going to bring you here. And over here, you can see the price list, and then you can go ahead to make payments by clicking on the Pay with Main Stack. All right. So you click on the Pay with Main Stack, you select the program you're looking to register for, and then you make payments. But if you want to make payments in installations, so let's say you want to make payments, you are not able to make the full payments as if the full discount payments at the moment, but you want to break this down into, let's say, 2 installments. You can use the monthly automatic installments. Okay, by clicking on that, you get to decide if you want to pay in 2 tranches and 3 tranches. So this would be in dollars. If you are in the UK, so any part of the world you are actually located, this is going to be dollars. All right, so you get to pay $600. All right, but you don't need to be worried. The conversion is going to be carried out in your local currency. So you can go ahead to make payments, and then the local equivalent in your currency will be debited. All right. But this is currently there due to the fact that I'm currently in Nigeria. All right. So I'm in Nigeria at the moment. That's the reason why it's there. So if I want to go ahead to make payments, I can go ahead to click on the 3 monthly payments. So let's say I want to make payments in 2 installations. I can click on this, and then I'll go ahead to proceed to pay. Every month, I'm going to be automatically debited, so I don't need to worry about keeping up with payments, and then I can be a part of the program. So the first payment will get you, so as soon as you make the first payment, you come over to, as soon as you make the first payment, you come over to the enrollment center, and then you click on upload your receipt here to upload your receipt. And then as soon as you upload your receipt of that first payment, you get a confirmation from us, a confirmation email, and an email that contains everything you need to be a part of the program. How you can be a part of the LMS, your welcome kits, how you can be a part of the Google Classroom, the group chats, the Slack platform, all of that to get you into the program. And of course, a month into the program, you get to pay the second installment. If you make 2 installments, and if you pay 2 installments, a month into the program, you get to pay the second installment. And 2 months into the program, you get to pay the third installment. You can also make a direct transfer if you are looking to make a direct transfer. So we have our Canadian account details over here. We have our British account details, and of course, our Nigerian account details. Okay. If you are looking to make payments using the website, all you need to do is to come over to www.10analytics.io, and then over here you have Learn. So you can click on Learn and you click on Instructor-led courses. And after clicking on Instructor-led courses, you can scroll down and you see you have the different courses we offer. You can select any of the courses. Let's say I want to register for the business analysis course. I click on View Course Details. Okay. And then I can read the description, everything the program has to offer. And then I can go ahead to click on Enroll Now. So you need to be a part of the program. You really, really need to get this done as possible. So you're able to become, you are able to become one of the numerous success stories that we have. You are able to make that switch into the career path of your dreams, having what we call good work-life balance, work flexibility, high rewarding salary. You are able to be in a rooftop in Paris, taking a sip of wine and walking while on vacation, if that's what you're into. All right. Be among the first 20 persons to register. Go ahead to make payments, and so you're a part of the program. As you are going to get access to the slide, so you can take a moment to go through all of the testimonials and how you can be a part of the program. Okay. So, any question? I don't know if anyone has a question for me. I hope you enjoyed the session. Remember, I talked about having fun. I hope that was the case, that we had fun, that our day got a lot better due to the fact that we are part of the session. I really, really do hope that was the case. Okay. Remember TGIT, and I hope that you actually did. Thank God that is Thursday, due to the fact that you were a part of this session. I don't think I have any questions. Okay, if you have a question, you can use the raise hand icon. I'll call on you to unmute. Okay, I don't think I have any questions. Even though you enjoyed the session, I want you to send the TGIT to the chat box, okay? To know that you guys are still with me. Remember our team for the day, TGIT. That's something that, of course, I'm sure you did definitely take out of the session. So if someone talks to you about TGIF, tell them that TGIT is over better. So we have Wasiu. So Wasiu says TGIT. Glad to know that you're still with us, Wasiu. And what about the rest of us? All right, it's closing time. Are you going to leave me hanging? I would love to hear from you. All right. I could have decided to just end the session that way, but I would still love to hear from you. All right. So I need more responses. Okay. I need more responses. So I want you to send the TGIT to the chat box. Let's have a great ending. TGIT. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Wasiu. Thank you, Fasila. Thank you, Luyemisi, and everyone of you on the call. Please ensure you make payments as quickly as possible, because, like I said, this count is only for the first 20 persons. And as always, tick says the clock. What you have to do, you have to ensure that you do it really, really quick. Thank you, everyone, for a wonderful time, and I will see you when next I see you. So take care.